anyways, you can do anything you want to do. Surely you've heard your parents say that, your teachers. But I've taken a different look on life, and it's you can do almost anything you want to do. My name is Dan Rice, and I'm going to tell you a bit about my experience running for student council at UBC. In case you guys aren't aware of what student council at UBC is, it's kind of like municipal council or liberal, you know, or the provincial jurisdiction. You have at least at that time you had the COPE, and you had the NPA, you had liberals and NDP. In our case, it was Students for Students and Students' Voice, and it was these kind of slates that kind of kept on taking that. One year, I kind of decided to run, kind of at first as a joke candidate. But as a candidate, I think I was going to run as a marijuana party or something kind of fun like that. But, you know, as the campaign started, you know, I realized these other people weren't addressing the issues that I wanted to address. You know, there was serious things about cutbacks on classes, and everyone was pressing the same, oh, keep tuition low. And you know, I just wanted to kind of go ahead and move beyond that. So, you know, I got started about half a week late. So everyone else had their, I went home after I made this decision, put together my posters, got rid of my other posters that were a little less savvy, and put together a good campaign. You know, I went around, did speeches. I got a good feedback from some people, but you know, I noticed it wasn't. I was going for a different message. You know, I said, don't vote for the parties, vote for the independent. And everyone's like, yeah, and they did not come out and vote. So that was kind of a dilemma on there. So in the end, you know, I needed about 1,200 votes to win. I came up with 400. I almost got my money back. The next year, you know, I decided I had to do something different. I changed the way that I went about doing that. And I started by building up a network, getting my emails together at the beginning of the year, going to all these clubs, getting a list of them, not really looking to join the club, but just finding out who was in the club. And putting together this. I worked at different target messages for groups. I realized that people in the arts degree, where all the student politicians, poli-science guys come from, think differently than engineering, science, and commerce. So I did different messages and realized that to kind of tailor my speech towards those kind of areas. And so I really did that. Another thing I learned that I didn't do before was planning in advance where I was going to be. The first year I did, I ran all around campus. I went everywhere. It snowed that year too, so that was kind of fun hand building. But I made it beyond that. The next time, when I ran the second time, I had class lists. I knew where the big classes were. I made sure that I got out to do everything like that. I showed well. I still ended up running against the grid slates. They had 20 people running, and I kind of decided to do it all by myself. I ended up getting about 900 votes, and again, I almost got the 1,100 votes that the winner got. But what I've learned from this all is that almost is something to look forward to. You know, if you go out and say, hey, the only way I'm going to do this is winning, you know, it doesn't give you, and you lose, you're a loser. But if you take almost as your method of living and doing whatever you do, you know, you can never quite fail. I went almost all the way across the country, and when I went almost all the way across the country one year, and my bike broke down coming back in Seattle. And that was an almost. But almost is the desire to keep on going. It's the desire to keep the battles going. It's the desire to keep the fight going. So just remember, when you go out and go to do something, don't go look to do what you want to do. Look to almost do what you want to do.